If I'm wrong, I win, because I still have a life of purpose and hope. And certainly if I'm right, I win, because I get to spend eternity with the Creator Himself. I'd like to talk a little bit today about creation and the Big Bang Theory. First of all, if you take a quick view at this little video, which is very short and it's kind of fast. In fact, you may want to view it twice. Just like to talk about creation and how in the world that could have happened. Okay, regarding the video, you can get an idea of how crazy, complex, and precise the galaxy that we live in. Plus, I read recently there are at least 30,000 galaxies that have been identified. That's pretty impressive. And for that to have happened accidentally is, beyond anybody's sense of logic. So if it was created with a big bang, I've always kind of joked at that. However, it depends on what caused or who caused the Big Bang. If the Creator, God Himself, caused it, that makes sense. So a few of the things that I think are important there, and thinking of how precise the galaxy that we live in is, I think earlier this year, and this is my simple explanation for it, they sent a little backhoe to Mars or some crazy planet way off, like 200 million miles way off, to get a sample of what that planet was made of and bring it back. Now, if that doesn't sound wild and crazy, to send something out 200 million miles and bring back a sample, the precision and the knowledge of what is going on in our galaxy is rather impressive. So, just give that a little thought if you want to. And the only logical explanation to me is that the Creator, God Himself, probably put this deal together. So, another aspect of the galaxy that we live in, and the galaxies that we understand a little bit about, is gravity. Think of the energy or the power it takes for gravity to continuously hold these planets in place. Totally, absolutely amazing. So if there was, this was created by God Himself, why did He do that? Well, I don't know exactly. However, as I say, that's the only logical explanation in my view. And we assume He did it for a purpose. We assume He created life, planets, animals, you and I, for a purpose. And the biblical purpose describes that He did it so He could love us and so that we could know and love Him and appreciate Him. The greatest evidence of that, perhaps, is that He sent His Son Jesus to die in order to meet us. We don't know many people that have died to meet us. Well, Jesus was the only one I know of. And He left us with the greatest commandment, Matthew 22:31 through 37 or 8, I believe, in which He said the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. So that's pretty powerful. The second greatest commandment was to love your neighbor as yourself. Obviously, that's a huge one and very in scarcity today in our world, it seems. Then there was the Great Commission, was to, as you are going about whatever you go about, make disciples, make Christ known, be an encourager to allow people to understand and enjoy a relationship with Jesus Christ and, in fact, God Himself. The Holy Spirit is what God left with us, what Jesus left with us, to communicate well with Him and to understand God Himself. Jesus said He was leaving, but He would leave a comforter. He would leave a spirit of truth. And I love that thought, the spirit of truth. Where do we go for truth these days? In fact, I think we live in a post-truth world. We used to think and valued truth. That doesn't seem to be the case so much anymore in the world we live in. So we live in a post-truth world, and truth is something that should be highly respected and used more all the time. And God sent His Holy Spirit, His Spirit of truth, for that we would understand and could promote and enjoy knowledge of Him. So just some closing thoughts regarding creation, which seems absolutely logical to me. If it is logical that there was a creator, there likely was a purpose and a reason. I'm not sure that I totally understand what the reason and purpose might be. However, if there was a purpose and a reason for creation, you would think that there would be some instructions left for us to understand creation and maybe a little bit of our purpose. I think this is what the Bible is all about, and biblical references explain that to a great degree. So we have in print the most popular book ever sold for years and years and years, and also not only in print, but the Creator himself, in my view, sent his son Jesus as a human. So we not only have instructions to read, we have documentaries of Jesus himself when he was here. So just happy with to have that available. If you believe that, you have everything to win, even if you're wrong. You have a life of purpose and value and hope, even if you're wrong about Jesus coming again and the creation deal and God and so forth. But if you're wrong, it would be a significant mistake to miss out on heaven and what God has planned for us. So if I'm wrong, I win, because I still have a life of purpose and hope. And certainly if I'm right, I win, because I get to spend eternity with the Creator himself.